Hi and welcome to a very dejected Man v film. I recently saw Unfinished Business. This is Ken Scott's follow-up to Delivery Man, which was in itself a remake to his Canadian movie Starbuck. Again, it stars Vince Vaughn, it stars Tom Wilkinson, James Marsden, Dave Franco and the absolutely stunning Sienna Miller. Now, I'll tell you what the plot of this movie is. There is no consequence to the actual movie itself. Basically, if you've seen the trailer, you know what the plot is. He goes to work one day, finds out he's going to have to take a 5% pay cut, decides that's not for him, storms out the building in a very Jerry Maguire-esque but not as fun way to start his own firm. He takes with him an old guy who just gets sacked and a young boy who has learning difficulties by the seams of it to start his whole new company. Fast forward a year where we meet Vince Vaughn's family. He's on a business trip to finalise a deal that's going to safeguard his company because they're ready to go under, and when he gets there he finds out that he's against competition. You guessed it, his old boss Sienna Miller. That's pretty much the plot. They vying against each other to see who's going to get the deal. The plot is basically non-existent. It's something there to try and give the characters some motivation to get into these funny scenarios which aren't that funny. And that's the main problem I have with this movie. It's a comedy without any chuckles, without any major laughs. I don't think there was one heartache belly laugh in the full movie. There's some giggles and there's some smiles and there's some fun scenarios, but overall it's not that funny. You know, when you step back and look at all the characters in the movie, every single one of these characters are horrible people. Sienna Miller is going to take this deal off Vince Vaughn just out of badness. She probably doesn't need the business, but she's going to do it anyway just to destroy him. Vince Vaughn wants this so he can take his son out of school and put him in private school because he's getting bullied. But again, that's not really dealing with the bullying problem. We just want to take him from one school and put him in another school. Tom Wilkinson, the old man and the partner, he wants the money so he can get a divorce from his wife. And the young boy, I can't remember if he had a motivation at all. He just seemed to be happy to go along the ride. Sienna Miller is pretty much the only female character in the movie, and she's basically just made out to be a bitch. So that you have the one female character who nobody seems to like, and she has some of the funniest lines, and of course she gets bonus points for being super hot. Vince Vaughn has been doing these comedies for a good few years now, and they're starting to feel as if they've just fell into a rut. There's no edge to them. It's a cookie cutter script, and you know, everything's just made to measure, and it's not that enjoyable, and they don't even look as if they're having fun themselves. They're just going through the motions, collecting a paycheck. As I left the cinema, I was already forgetting about the movie, and a few days after seeing it, where I'm doing this video now, it's hard to remember anything redeeming about the movie. There was some setups. Nick Frost is in it and is in one of the movie's funnier scenes with Dave Franco, but it's still not enough to save the movie. In the end, you don't really care about the characters, but that's fine. You know, at least if you had an enjoyable journey throughout it, you could possibly get by, but this doesn't give you that. I didn't like Unfinished Business. I will not be revisiting Unfinished Business. It gets a 1.5 out of 5. Now, the reason it gets a 1.5 is because it's competently made and there is some good scenes in it. Other than that, I'd give this a miss. You're not missing anything at all. See you next time, Man v Film.